Hi, everybody. This is Wendy Hill with Confessions from the Home Office podcast. And each week, usually on Mondays, I drop a new episode about working from home. And I've been running my marketing consulting company for almost 20 years out of my house. So episodes are either about marketing or working from home. And then I have some great guests that are entrepreneurs that I weave in from time to time that have taught me a ton and have just great stories. So be sure to subscribe and follow, and so you never miss an episode. So today we're going to talk about, I've been talking about getting your marketing together and having a plan. And sometimes people already have a plan, but this episode is about a tool that I developed called the Market Momentum Meter. Let's see if we can get any more M's in um, a name, but I was thinking, what's a good way to figure out how your marketing's really doing? Do you really have a plan together? Do you really have a strategy? Do you really know what you're doing, or are you just kind of throwing things together? We talked about firing off bottle rockets last week, and I know that that's really the easiest thing to do, but it doesn't work long term. So I started thinking about what's something easy and what's something that you want to do. And I started thinking about back when I was in high school, my mom subscribed to Glamour magazine. And that was the thing that I wanted. Every month when it came in, I tried to go ahead and sneak it before she could read it because she was a teacher. She was really busy. And so I would always go and flip to the quiz. And then when I got older, I started subscribing to Cosmopolitan. And the quiz was a great thing there. And so, you get to go through and rate yourself and check all the different boxes and then find out what your score is and kind of where you are with things. So I thought, well, let's do this for marketing. Let's make it easy. So there's 5 sections of this. It's a scorecard, and you can go through. It's just a few things for each section. So like the first section is strategic positioning. Make sure that you have your value proposition, if it's clearly defined. Is it different than the competitors? Is it consistently communicated? And with these, it's all or nothing. So you don't give yourself like 10 points if you think it's great, and 5 points if it's okay, and 2 points if it needs work. It's either you've got it or you don't. So it's all a check or a blank. And there's points beside each one. The second section is about target market and market segmentation. Like, do you really have your customer profiles defined? Do you really know who your customers are? I think early on in my business, I thought everybody was my customer, and no, that's not the case at all. So I have a pretty good system now to know when I talk to somebody, is that somebody I can really help and want to work with, or is that somebody that's best suited to work with someone else who has a specialty for them. And then the third section is talking about digital marketing channels. This is where you start really thinking about, is my website really optimized? Do I have an SEO strategy in place? What's going on with my social media, email marketing performance, and paid advertising? And then section 4 is about content and messaging. Do you have consistent brand messaging, or is it kind of all over the place? Like when someone comes and sees what you're doing, it should be pretty consistent. You may have a new offer that pops up, but when they're reading about you or they see something, they know that that's your business. Is your content relevant, and is it mapped out to the buyer's journey? So have you figured out what the buyer's journey is, and you have content to go along with all that? And then section 5, this is about measurement and analytics. We always talk about this. Do you have goals set? Do you have performance reporting? Do you have Google Analytics set up to your site? You really need to do that. And so what you do is you go through and score each section and add everything up, and you're either rated like marketing excellence or strategic improvement needed or urgent marketing transformation required. And that's okay if you're there. So what do you do with all that? So you score all this. You may be tough on yourself. You don't really have to share it with anybody. You may want to talk to some people that you work with and get some input. But this is all you. It's not going to be posted anywhere. And what can you do with it? You can take it and learn from it and say, I'm doing great in these areas and I need to work on these. Or at the end of the scorecard, there's a link. You can schedule a call and call me. I talked about the 60-day Accelerate program that I have for people who don't want to work with an agency for a long time. We can see where you are with the the scorecard and see if there's areas where we can improve and try to get some other things in place and get ramped up really quickly. Or we can just have a talk about things. Maybe there's some things that you can just do on your own. So really, I just want this to help you. And this is free. This is not anything that I'm charging for. You can just go to marketmomentum.biz/market momentum meter. Like I said, let's get some more M's in there. Put in your name, put in your email. I don't need anything else from you. And in a few minutes, it'll arrive in your inbox. You can download it and fill it out and get going on things. So this is kind of the first step before an accelerate program, or before we would start working together, or if you have somebody else that you're working with, you really kind of need to see where you are. The assessment's always the first step to get going. So this is kind of like your marketing Cosmo quiz, and it won't take you that long. And hopefully it'll open your eyes to a few things. So that's all I have for this week on Confessions from the Home Office. We're getting close to the holidays. My next episode is going to be on how I juggle the holidays and working from home, and the fact that everybody else in my family is already done until January, and I'm over here still trying to make it work. So that should be kind of entertaining. But again, subscribe and follow. I'm here on YouTube. I'm on Rumble. And then I'm also on Apple, Amazon, Audible, iHeart, Spotify, and Pandora. So surely you listen to podcasts, one of those places. So be sure to go and follow. And I will see you soon. Thanks.